Hey yo, what it do, baby? If you're new to the channel, my name is Devonte Wilson, and on here I'll be covering fitness, health, mindset, and overcoming everyday life challenges. If you find value in today's video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but you can. It's there, and it's free. With that being said, let's get right to the video. Now, the first one I want to talk about is self-doubt. Self-doubt is something that the majority of us, if not everybody, has came across at some point of their life. Now, what I want to say is doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. So it's so easy for us to get so caught up in our mind to, you know what, I don't think I can do this. Why? Because I've never even tried or I've never even done it. So it's so easy to think that you cannot do something, especially when you're comparing yourself to someone who has done it. Just because that person has done it doesn't mean that you can't. Especially, how do you know if you can if you haven't even tried? My personal belief is self-doubt comes with lack of confidence. And a good way to build up confidence is to, one, start off small. You know, big corporations didn't just happen. They started off very small. Look at Amazon, Google. Amazon, they literally drew up the letters, and I believe Google did the same thing. It started off very, very small. And then what happened? Over time, it became a big corporation, or we could just say a big old monopoly. Let's just say it is huge, okay? So what I'm saying is, let those small baby steps accumulate over time, or as they would say, a compound. So it's the small things that leads up to the bigger things. A good example would be Rome, and compare your life to Rome. You're not going to become who you want to be or who you are supposed to be in your life in a matter of minutes, in a matter of days. It's going to take a matter of years to grow into the person that you're supposed to become, because how are you going to become a person that you're supposed to be if you haven't had those experiences that you're supposed to have? You know what I'm saying? So it all comes in due time. It takes time to make great things happen, because if it happens instantly, you could lose it just as fast. A good example of this would be a lot of rappers that come up so fast. And what happened? They burn out even faster. Or we could use this example. If you give someone who has never had money $1 million, 9 times out of 10, that person is not going to be able to keep $1 million. Why? Because they never had money in their life. So how are they going to be able to manage money if they never had money? So it's easier to live life as you never had money because you never had it in the first place. You see where I'm going? But now if you gave that person $1 and that person knows how to keep money because they have money, that's a different ball game. Now that person's always going to have that dollar because they know how to manage. Another thing I would say is to be process oriented, not outcome oriented. It's so easy to be so focused on the end game, but what makes the end game? All the things that happen from the beginning all the way to the middle until you hit the end game. You're not going to get where you want if you're just so focused on the end goal, because the process that makes the end goal a possibility. So let's say if you want to become a great athlete, if you're in high school, a good mindset to have, if you want to go to the league or whatever case it may be, train more than what you're expected to. What I mean by that is, if you are a high school athlete, train as if you're in college. Why? You want to anticipate that, you know what, I'm already in college. I'm already about to play college sports. So what you gonna do? Work as if you're already in college. And then whenever you're in college, work as if you're already in the league. Because one thing you don't want is you don't want to desire something that is bigger than your hustle. That's bigger than your grind. Because why? Because let's say if you're grinding as a high schooler, and then you plan on going into college, or if you plan on playing in the league, that's never going to happen. Why? Because they expect way more than what you're trying to give them. You see where I'm going with there? It's like asking for a salary for work that you never did. Overthinking is a very big one. Even with me, with like we tie into the self-doubt and then overthinking. I never thought I would even be able to do this YouTube stuff. I always make excuses instead of opportunities. I always use the excuse of, you know what? I'm in college. I'm a two-sport college athlete. I'm going to invest all my time into my sports and my education. When in reality, I always had downtime. But me being real with y'all and me being real with myself right now, I could have been did this YouTube stuff. I could have been started. But I was scared. I didn't think I'd have a voice that mattered on the internet. But now I'm taking myself outside of my shell and I'm letting go of that self-doubt and I'm done overthinking. I'm just going for it. Because at the end of the day, me overthinking and me doubting myself allowed me to just be stagnant and allowed me to do the things I've always done, which was nothing on YouTube. I didn't even start because I was so focused on, you know what? Okay, what do I need to get started with the YouTube channel? Okay, do I need all this high-tech equipment? Do I need all of this fancy stuff? Do I need a fancy light that make my eyes look like it have rings on it? Whatever the case may be, I used it. When in reality, all it takes is a phone, internet connection to make a video. And I used every excuse underneath the sun because I was, and in reality, I was just afraid. I let my self-doubt and my overthinking get the best of me for years. My first video was over, what? It was a few years ago. I'll say 3 to 4 years ago before I actually released a real YouTube video. And now look at me. I'm recording on my phone because my SD card for my camera was like, peace, error, we're not working. I was like, okay, you know what? Whenever life gives you circumstances that you don't expect, you got to be able to pivot. You got to be able to handle, okay, you know, I wasn't expecting that, but you know what? I can do this instead. And so what am I doing? I'm using my phone. And it's like a slap of reality in my face because I could have been using my phone. I didn't have to go get a fancy camera. When in reality, my iPhone gives me good footage, if not even better. But letting go of self-doubt and just stop overthinking and just start doing. New Year's resolutions, forget about those. It's all about execution. If you want something in life, you have to execute. If you want to become a pro athlete, you got to execute every single day and let your hard work and efforts compound over time. And the next thing you know, you will be exactly where you're supposed to be. Why? Because you did the work plus tax. Meaning you always gave what they expected out of you plus more. For an example, if you're a basketball player and the coach expects you to shoot 100 free throws before every practice, not only do you hit 100 free throws, but you hit way more. You may be in the gym way before the school is even open, hitting free throws, practicing your dribbling. All of this stuff compounds. At the end of the day, hard work is hard work, no matter who sees it. As long as you know that you're working, that's all that matters. And that work will get acknowledged the day that you reach exactly what you've always wanted. Whatever that may be. If it's a pro athlete, if it's a business owner, if it's a self-made millionaire, whatever the case may be, you put in the work and you never lost faith in yourself. That's the big one. Self-belief. Eliminate self-doubt and replace it with self-belief. Because at the end of the day, if you don't believe in yourself, who else is going to believe in you? Y'all see what I'm saying? And what's crazy is, I literally thought of this video idea as I was showering today, and I was like, yo, I gotta do this. None of this is rehearsed, none of this is scripted, this is all coming from my heart. And I'm sorry if I'm getting a little emotional, but it's really crazy to me, just where I came from, you know. Hold on, just give me a second. From where I come from, literally, if I didn't have any self-belief in myself, I would never be in the position that I am in today. Meaning, all of that Instagram stuff would have never happened. What happened, my efforts compounded over time. Literally, y'all could go back years ago from my first post on my Instagram, and in the first post of where they allowed videos to be posted, it was like 15-second videos. Y'all could see, y'all could literally take a time frame of my life and go way back and then see exactly all the work I've done just in hopes of getting acknowledged, just in hopes that somebody would hear my story. In fact, just in hopes that somebody would hear my story with open ears. Because at the end of the day, a person with closed ears, you get the same results as if you was talking to a wall. It doesn't matter. You get the same results. So having that consistency and faith and self-belief in yourself, that is the biggest words of advice I can give y'all. If y'all take anything from this video, it's this right here. Y'all see? Like, whenever I speak from my heart, I cannot fake it. And every single one of those captions, I always speak from my heart. I don't want to be fake with y'all. I want to speak exactly what's going through my mind. I want to tell y'all that I'm having an amazing day when I may be, you know, depressed. I'm going to tell y'all as it is. If I'm going through something, I'm going to let y'all know that I'm human too. I'm human too. Because there's too many fakes out there and not enough are real. So it's great to be one of those few. I don't even have to say I am. Y'all know. If you talk to me, you know it. Now the third piece to this triad: self-doubt, overthinking, and waiting. It's so easy to wait whenever you don't believe you can do it. And my challenge to you is to stop waiting. Just stop waiting and start doing. Because as long as you're doing and you get those experiences under your belt, whether it may be failure or success, success never built somebody up. It's always those failures. The failures in your life is what gives you all of those lessons that you need to become successful. So be more than willing to just try. Embrace failure, because failure isn't the end game. Because, you know, in order for you to get what you want, you have to fail first. You have to be willing to fail. Because failure gives you so many lessons that success could never teach you. And that right there, that's all I gotta say. I think hopefully I didn't overstress the video. I'm just speaking from the heart, and I hope y'all found value in today's video, because at the end of the day, y'all give me y'all time, and time is something that we never get back. So I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, and like always, y'all, it's grind time. Peace.